Type 2 is the helper, the altruist, the lover, the caretaker, the pleaser, the enabler. This is the third video in our Enneagram and Travel series where we're taking a deep dive into each Enneagram type. You can find the introduction and the Type 1 video linked up above. And if you'd like to know when the new videos come out, be sure to hit subscribe. So why do Type 2s make good travel companions and why not?
Type 2s make great travel companions. Type 2s are great listeners, they're empathetic, and they're very aware of the needs of those around them. Type 2s are often nicknamed the helper, and this definitely plays out in travel in that they will be pitching in to make the travel plans. They'll pitch in as you're traveling to accomplish whatever tasks need to be done, whether that's loading the car up or ordering the plane tickets. 2s, being very relational, will be focused on building relationships during their travel. So they make great travel companions in that they will help you build memories and connect with you and with the others in your party. A struggle of the Type 2 when traveling is that they can be travel chameleons. So Type 2s, they want to appease those around them. They want to be aware and meet the needs of those around them, so they can start to push down their desires and their wants and needs when you're traveling, which can lead to some resentment and feelings of hurt because you're not aware of their needs as much as they're aware of your needs. Type 2s can become irritable or defensive and can start to have a bit of a pity party if they aren't having their needs met and don't feel like they're being taken care of the way they are taking care of others, which can be a struggle for them when traveling. Another struggle for Type 2s in traveling is that they need other people. They want to connect with other people, and that can be hard for some travel companions, those that do not need as much people time, as much connection. Those travelers can start to feel smothered. So it's really good to have that communication with the 2 in order to avoid those situations.
So what does vacation mean for a Type 2? What is their ideal vacation?
Type 2s are very relational. So traveling with the people that they love, that is the best vacation for a Type 2.
So what is the Enneagram? If you'd like to learn more about it, we did an introduction video and a blog post. We'll link to those also in the description. And now we're going to share 3 skills that a Type 2 can grow in to make their travel experiences better.
Skill number 1 is to make a list of things that you want to do on your vacation or your travel. This can be hard for a Type 2 because they're so aware of what everybody else wants to do that they can lose sight of what they're interested in and what they want to do. And because the ideal vacation for a Type 2 is whatever their loved ones are doing, this can be a challenge. But taking the time and building the practice of knowing what you want to do and communicating with that loved ones will help avoid any resentment or any feelings of hurt that you could accumulate. Skill number 2, and this is going to be a challenging one for a Type 2, is to go on a solo vacation. And it doesn't have to be a long one. It could be 2 days. But the challenge here, obviously, is that you aren't with anyone else. And so there isn't that relational aspect. So you really have to dive into who you are and what you enjoy. You can't kind of lean on whatever everybody else wants to do. So much of the Type 2's identity is wrapped up in meeting the needs of others that this is a really good practice to just try so that you can begin to divorce yourself from fitting just that identity and begin to live more fully in the things that you enjoy, and it will strengthen your vacation, strengthen your relationships, which is a great motivation for the 2, and build your enjoyment of the traveling that you do from here on out. Skill number 3 is to identify your true needs. And this can sound similar to the first skill we talked about, but this is having kind of something to fall back on. It's the basics that you definitely need in order to function properly. For introverts, that would be having some recharge time, having 15 minutes in the middle of the day or something like that where they can go back to the hotel room and recharge. It might be that you need to stay hydrated and you need to make sure that you always have your water bottle with you. For mom, if it's too hot, then she needs to go back to the hotel and take a rest because she's just gonna start getting cranky. Everyone has a low tolerance for something, and finding yours will help you to communicate that with yourself and then with your travel companions so that you can better enjoy your travels. So go do some soul searching and explore these 3 skills so that you can better improve your travel experiences.
So if you find yourself traveling with a Type 2, how can you make that experience better?
As with all the Enneagram types, Type 2 have some great qualities. Some of those include compassion, being servant-hearted, and they're super friendly. So being aware that they have strengths and also that they have weaknesses will help you to connect better with your Type 2. If you know someone's a Type 2 that you're traveling with, suggest they try the 3 skills we just talked about, because it might challenge them and help them to communicate with you what their needs are, what their desires are, so that you can avoid any feelings of resentment, any hurt feelings. And that will help you to serve them, in turn, help them to enjoy their travel better. Often conflict with a Type 2 stems from the fact that they feel undervalued. Making sure that you show appreciation for the help that they give will show that you value them as a person and their need to be helpful. Also, as we talked about before, be aware of the fact that 2s absorb the feelings and the desires and needs of other people, and so they can forget their own needs and their own desires. So asking a 2, what do you want to do, won't be super helpful if they haven't sat down to think about what it was that they wanted to do. So giving them the space and the time to sit down and think about, what are my needs? What do I want to do on this vacation? Will help them to communicate that with you. 2s are also external processors often, which means that they'll need to talk things out. So whether that's processing the day's events or over communicating sometimes about plans and things that are going to happen throughout the day, giving grace to 2 in this area will help them to feel heard and help them to feel like you value who they are.
Keep an eye out as we do these deep dives into each type over the next few weeks. If you can't wait, we have all of the blog posts on our blog Jaunty Everywhere, and they're all linked below in the description. We have also compiled all the information into one free ebook, which you can download by finding the link below. Thanks for watching. Happy travels.